Today, Patriot Marine Coatings, we're going to be doing some smaller custom jobs. As you will hear on this channel quite often, it's a lot more than just guns and stuff. So today we've got a Zippo lighter, a small AAA powered flashlight, and a Coleman aluminum water bottle, all of which have been coated with custom mixed colors from the One Hit Wonder line. One Hit Wonder is our usual paint coating that we use prior to hydrographics. So all of these, once they've been coated with their custom mixed colors, they're getting a hydrographics dip, and we'll show you exactly what patterns are going to get and the finished products. Something nifty and interesting that we did with the lighter and the flashlight, I don't know if you can see, normally we just give them a very smooth glossy coating. These ones have a slight texture to them, which you'll actually be able to feel underneath the hydrographics when it's done. So they'll get a nice grip, a nice feel when you pick them up and you feel them. The water bottle just has the standard kind of slick feel. Both of the colors mixed up though, we added something that we call intercoat, which is a little bit of a metallic mixture to give them not just a color, but a little bit of a metallic flake shine to it, just to help it stand out a little bit underneath the hydrographics patterns that we're going to do. So I am going to pick out the patterns that we're going to use on these pieces and get them sized up, and then we'll go to the dip tank. This first pattern that we're using is called Deception. It's obviously a camouflage pattern. It's based on black and grays. It's a great pattern to use on a smaller item though, where you're not going to have a lot of surface area, because it lets a good amount of the base colors show, and you don't need a lot of the surface area to display the pattern that you're using, unlike some of the other films that we have where you really need a large area to show the full pattern. You can get a really good effect of this whole film in a small area. So depending on, and there's also a bit of skill as to where you actually do the dip so that you can see the color beneath, but I think this is going to be a good choice for this light. That line of overlap there will rinse when we rinse it off, probably have some extra. So actually, not a bad choice for this color. For the lighter, we're going to use a pattern called Naughty Flame, and as you can see, there's some really big areas here where you don't get a lot of graphics. So choosing the right area is really important with a piece small like this. So an area like here would be very key. Choosing another side, doing what we call a 50-50 dip, where you dip half, and then another half, or doing a roll where you roll it. But choosing the right area is going to be the key to getting a good dip. So like here's a great area for one side, and maybe this area for another side. So I'm probably going to do a 50-50 dip on each side, and then we'll get a little seam down the middle where we can even dip the edges separately. But I'm going to pick out what I think is going to be a really good area for each side. Well, freshly dipped and rinsed. I personally think this came out really, really nicely. I did the part A, part B, the half and half dip, and you can't even really tell that it wasn't one coherent full wraparound at all. The color looks great. The flames look great. You can see some of that metallic. If it wants to focus, there we go. You can see some of that metallic coming through. Something we love to do on pieces like this, because it just adds a little something, is to mask off and preserve some original metal with the manufacturer's name. So this Zippo plate right there, the nameplate we call it, is a really nice touch there on the bottom, perfectly masked and in the original finish of the lighter. So this is going to get a Cerakote top coat to protect all of this, and you still have that really nice kind of texture to give it a nice feel in your hand and grip. So we'll get this Cerakoted to give it a good clear coat to protect all the graphics. Something that can withstand the high temperatures that the lighter would be exposed to. The other pieces, let's take a look at them. The flashlight, the texturing on the flashlight was a little heavier, so the pattern had a little trouble sticking to it, but I think it still looks pretty good. Came out very nice. The bottle, however, I think this is the best piece of all. This came out great. Now it's still got some water seeping out from under the tape there, the masking. So it's going to take a little bit to fully dry and be usable. But these will both get a clear, glossy automotive grade coating that is going to fully protect it and make them look awesome. We're going to leave these two fully dry so we can give them their next overcoat. And just FYI, here's what that little flashlight started out as. Just a pretty cheap little store flashlight. Here's the finished products from each of the things that we were working on, the results. So we'll start with the lighter, because I really like the way the lighter came out. Had a little issue focusing the laser, and that happens every once in a while. That's just a one-off, but I think that it actually looks pretty good because it kind of blends in with the flame look. But we got a little bit of that nice texturing, so you get a good grip on it. The color looks really nice, something different, you know, that you don't normally see. Same color on the flashlight, but that really cool camouflage pattern. And you got to give electronics and everything sufficient time to dry out, but still works. So that's cool, but it still works. And you know, taking a simple off-the-shelf item and making it very unique and different. And then the water bottle, I think, probably came out the best. So these each have a matte. This is more of a matte coating, even though it's got a little bit of a shine to it, but this is more of a satin finish on it. The colors are great. The finish on it is great. The pattern came out really, really nice. Everything looks fantastic on this one. And this is all cleaned out and ready to drink from for somebody. So more than just guns and the usual stuff that you might associate Patriot armory and coatings with. So thanks for watching, and join us again soon for another video of what goes on here in the shop.